We are back. Peanut Gallery, take it away.
Well, another not unknown name. This is George Tahinos. He was a longtime photographer. He did a lot of photography for the big wrestling companies back in the 90s. He passed away, cardiac issues.
Huh.
Yeah.
There was this one. There was the commentator for the NWA that was a commentator.
So, again, not someone who you would assume to be in the wrestling business, but he's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Cornette started as a wrestling photographer.
Yeah. But, yeah, again, just someone who was in the business for
many years.
Many years.
Probably very influential. Probably a lot of pictures.
There were probably a lot of photos from the 90s that were taken by him at big wrestling shows. Rebel. Has lymphoma.
Yep.
Fuck cancer.
Yep.
That's all I have to say about that.
She had a couple of issues, and then now it's this. Like, jeez, man, this poor girl cannot catch a break.
Yep. And, of course, we did talk a little bit about the sermon of Tony Khan, but essentially he's trying to gaslight the entire community by saying that nothing is wrong with AEW, everything is fine, and in fact, WWE doing shows on the same nights helps our business. It doesn't hurt us at all. Yep. Which I think is absolutely 100% untrue.
It's 1,000% untrue. He also said that AEW is catching up to SmackDown numbers, and that is the most laughable thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life.
Right.
It's pathetic.
And of course, the Continental Classic for a championship that doesn't matter is also starting this coming week.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but another fucking tournament.
At least it's only 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
who cares about the Continental Champion? Who cares about the Continental Classic at this point?
Yeah. Okay. Now we got to talk about the finish of this match.
This was weird.
Did you? I mean, obviously you watched it, but what were your thoughts on the finish of the match?
Shelton was pissed.
Yep.
He beat up Bayley pretty hard.
Yep.
The ref should have counted the pin.
Yes.
Because Shelton just basically got Bayley up and fucking beat him up.
Yep.
It was weird and embarrassing and really a bad look for not only Shelton Benjamin, but AEW.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin, he is a talented athlete.
Yeah.
He knows his craft. He shouldn't be doing this shit.
No, you don't do that. It wasn't even Mike Bailey's fault. It was the ref's fault.
Right.
It was very strange. It was a very strange thing.
It was very strange. But yeah, what are your all thoughts on this?
I loved it. I've always liked Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. Mm-hmm. They've had really good matches. Maxine has really come a long way as a performer. Am I a big fan of it being done with a crossbody? Something that I don't think I've ever seen Maxine do. Not necessarily, but
this is what the Women's Intercontinental Champion is for.
Yeah.
This is the point. Exactly.
Becky put over Maxine. Again, this was the third time that they've had a match and Maxine won. Again. Yep. So I thought it was great. People lost their minds when this happened. Yes. It was awesome. There was a lot of great, this was a great run.
It was. Seth Rollins is working on Christmas, doing NFL Game Day.
Oh, that's right. He's doing stuff with the Browns.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's sort of looking at stuff outside of wrestling.
He is. I would imagine that he's probably going to go down this route when he is done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's been a huge fan of football, especially the Browns. And also, there is a lot more of Seth Rollins' career behind him than there is in front of him. Obviously, I want to make sure he has a long career. He is a big main eventer.
Right.
But I'm glad that I like it when wrestlers pursue things outside of wrestling.
Yep. And again, WWE is a good launching off point for this because he knows how to be on television.
You can't get any better than being in WWE as that. You are on the biggest platform wrestling, period.
Yeah. There is a reason that this angle did not get more physical, and that's because this is what's his name? Cam Skattebo. He is a football player for the New York Giants, but the reason it didn't get more physical.
No, he's on the Rangers. He's a hockey player.
Yes, no, he was a New York Giants player.
So he's wearing a Raiders. He's wearing a Rangers jersey for reasons.
Yes. But he is out with a season-ending ankle injury and leg injury, so that's why it didn't get more physical.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, the reason I brought this up is because people did have an issue with it.
Oh, you're right.
Because it's like, well, what happened? It's like, why it didn't get more physical than it actually did? Well, that's because you don't want to get him more injured than he already is.
Yeah.
Don't want to risk it.
I like this angle, though.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
It was. So speaking of, so this is really funny. So Logan Paul said something about YouTubers becoming wrestlers, but here the WWE is turning a wrestler into a YouTuber. They launched a channel for the Undertaker.
So it's
podcast.
Okay, so this is for 6 Feet Under.
Yes, this is going to be the new home for his podcasts. And then it's going to have archived full-length matches from The Undertaker's career.
Okay.
And then compilation videos highlighting classic feuds, reaction-style videos, for those who like reaction-style videos. So, again, you have a wrestler who became a YouTuber. So, Logan Paul, the road goes both ways.
Right. There are a lot of people who do that. I'm so confused. I don't understand. Undertaker is retired. He can do whatever he wants. This is obviously a WWE property, so I'm sure they're like, this is probably a good idea. They're paying Undertaker and Michelle McCool a lot of money to continue this podcast, even though it's not the same as it was when Mark was
independent of the WWE system.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
before it's kind of lame now.
Yeah, and then this obviously happened last night, but WWE did put on another Triple A show. It's counter program to AEW, which of course Tony Khan denies. It's good to see Triple A being more featured in WWE.
Well, not only that, I'm surprised that you didn't bring up the fact that WWE and the UFC are working with DoorDash.
Oh yes, I did see that.
I don't know what the capacity is. I don't order DoorDash.
No, not very often.
It's a very rare occasion because you're paying so much. I don't think people realize how much money DoorDash and Uber Eats is. You're paying almost double.
Right. For the same food.
Right. It's like, well, what if you're drunk? What if you're this? Well, prepare for it.
Right.
What if you're baked? Well, then prepare for it. If you know how it works with your body, and it's like, order a fucking pizza, you're fine.
Right. But that's all I got.
Anyway, so when we come back, we're going to talk about the good and the bad of Full Gear.
Hooray.